I'll cut through.
My internet decided it just straight wanted to die. Like, extra die.
What's the plan?
I did not need to hit that with the but yeah, it was that. I'm just unsure how to deal with that, because that's like the first time. Usually it's for a couple seconds, but that was a good, like, 5-6 minutes. I decided I did not want to reconnect.
There are openings to the north and south. All is going to plan. I'm strong. I'm getting... Just be careful. You knew the odds.
For greatness. Hopefully I'll be more useful.
Let's try this. It's over. It won't be in vain. On my honor as a knight. See you in the eternal flames.
Thanks.
Pointless. No hesitation! This could turn the tides. What's the plan? I owe you one.
Yo, so Rain getting back in order.
I'm grateful. Charge! I disposed of doubt long ago. Where have you been the last 5 years? I was worried about you. And then I was just sad.
Thank you.
No! I'm not the one you want! I won't see this coming. Fancy meeting you here. Oh, welcome. Thanks.
Hey, what's up, Bruce? I'm just trying to get the last little chest quick. Just got to the time skip before
Leave it to me.
my internet decided it wanted to.
It isn't looking good for us. Should we retreat? You didn't plan on letting him.
Wow, thanks.
I'll cut you down.
Ooh, great.
One to remember.
You make me feel safe.
Yeah, my internet decided to Google itself a little bit.
I have the perfect ploy.
I'm nobody's fool. Too slow.
The con. I thought it would be easy money. Maybe.
Your Highness! Professor! I'm so glad you're both safe.
Why are you here?
Did you forget? We all made a...
Dimitri, weren't you the one? Don't be silly. Of course you remember our prom.
Your Highness, I have been following news of your whereabouts for a while now. I am relieved to have...
Do not call me that. I am not a prince, but a walking corpse.
I am an edgelord.
That is what we all believed, but it is not so. I can see with my own eyes that you are alive, Your Highness. But the jail cells in Ferdiad are as solid as they come. How did you manage to
do? He's dead. He died in my place.
I see. We will be sure to honor his loyalty, Your Highness. As for the state of the kingdom, the lords from the western regions have declared their fealty to the Empire, starting with House Rowe. Cornelia's band of traitors now refers to kingdom territory as the Fargus Dukedom. They've made Ferdiad their stronghold as they continue to invade. She is a mage who has served the royal family for more than 20 years. There is much to tell you. I will explain.
Well, it's not like all of the kingdom's lords have sided with the Empire. There are plenty of houses, like mine and Felix's.
Your Highness, Please allow us to... What we need more than anything, we need the legitimate heir of Fargus to such is your duty. It is yours alone to bear, and well worth fighting for.
I see. So, you all agree that we... And you see how that woman, how the Empire...
Wipe them all out? I don't think any of us here are suggesting...
Professor, there is some... Please, join.
So I'll be 100% honest. So I've played part of Blue Lines before,
I think you survived.
but I
the
never
rubble for the
got
past 5
to
years. I suppose stranger things have
the
happened.
time skip. So
Honest, that is to admit. There is still much I would like to ask you, but I think that's enough for now. On that day 5 years ago, since then, the Knights of Seros have... I hear they have yet to find any promising... As the Empire has yet to release a statement, it's hard to... Once news of your survival gets out, After that battle, a certain incident took place in Ferdiad. Rufus, who was serving as King Regent, was murdered. I was once a knight in service of the royal family. I resigned from the Knights of Seros and returned to serve the kingdom. However... This is madness. You truly claim that His Highness is the one who killed Rufus?
Oh, but it's true. The only one who could slip past the bodyguards and kill so efficiently is the young prince. You can't deny it.
Rufus is Prince Dimitri's uncle. His Highness is incapable.
Ah, but they were never very close, were they? It's a well-known fact among former retainers. There are even rumors that Rufus was originally... Perhaps His Highness believed those rumors and murdered... But I'm afraid none of that matters now.
Cornelia.
The decision has been made. His sentence will be carried out the day after tomorrow. All you have left to do is sit back and watch, you senile old...
It was soon after announced that his sentence had been carried out. With His Highness's death, the royal bloodline of House Blathid was erased from this world. True to her word, all we could do was watch. Since the execution and the prince's corpse were concealed from the public, there have always... As for myself, I only began to hope 3 years ago. An Imperial platoon attacked without warning. Incident after incident of Imperial generals being slaughtered in Kingdom territory. It is said that each died in such a brutal, gruesome way that it is hard to imagine they were killed by human hands. I followed the rumors to location after location. Finally, after a half-decade of torment, it happened. I fear his deep hatred and the weight of his solid. We must bring him back from the edge on which he stands. To that end, I must speak with His Highness. I imagine it will not be a quick or easy conversation. I pray that he is of a mind to speak of such things. I am certain that my words will... never mind. What must be done, must be done. I would wager that you are weary.
well, I appreciate that, Goose, very much. Tea parties? Would you like to have a tea party?
Part 2. Azure Moon. Guardian Moon. The Delusional Prince. Prince Dimitri and the remnants of the royal army join with the remaining Knights of Seros to form a revitalized kingdom army. Using Garreg Mach as their base of operations, they rise to action against the Empire.
Oh yeah. I know you want to do that either. Speaking of, I gotta check on my Fire Emblem Heroes.
You So you were alive after all.
Professor, it is so good to
How is
see you
Flame
again.
not aged
My brother
for
and
the
I
5
were worried
years?
about you.
Really?
Ah, thank the goddess.
Or,
I couldn't
oh
bear
wait,
the
isn't
thought
she
of
part
letting
goddess?
Gerald down by not finding you.
Guess you lucked out.
Gilbert has told us everything. From here on, our strength is yours as well.
Does my heart well to see that all of you are safe. Now that we have all gathered, let's discuss our next course of action.
We have two objectives: to overthrow the Empire and to rescue Rhea. I have no objection to joining forces with you. After all,
Nothing could be more reassuring than securing the
the Archbishop entrusted all of her affairs to you. From now on,
We'll make Garrick Mach our base. There is a fair amount of damage, but we will at least have shelter. Garrick Mach may be a strategic location, but it's too far from the front lines to be worthy of note. This area is inconvenient as far as transport time is concerned, so it's of little...
even so, nothing slips past the Emperor. It is safe to assume she at least has this place under surveillance.
Professor, what do you think about me? Fortunately, there are still villages and hamlets nearby, and though I wouldn't call them abundant, we have war funds as well. What do you think, Your Highness?
Do as you please.
Hey, don't act like this doesn't concern you. We finally
She's right. In fact, why don't we all join forces and...
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. And it'll give us...
How carefree of you.
It may sound trivial, but
I understand feeling impatient, Your Highness, but patience is key. If we fix up our base, it will improve...
Fools. Stay out of this.
Bro, I'm gonna super kick your ass.
Please, calm yourself, Your Highness. We are not your enemies.
My enemies say the same.
What happened to him? It's like he's a completely different person.
Same with you, Felix.
Would it help if I brewed him a nice pot of tea?
I cannot claim to understand how he feels. However, the way he's behaving, it's as though he's being... As am
Because
I.
Felix was very toxic. Because I know we talked about this prior, Goose. That Felix was extremely toxic before the time skip. If I'm being honest.
Oh, hi. Do you remember what we talked about before? Well, I've been pretty busy recently, and I was busy all day yesterday. That's why I decided to take... Now that I have a day off, please, you have to help.
I mean, that's always going to be my answer. Nah.
I tried that. I couldn't go. I'm sorry. But oh, you're a professor. You must know some secret technique for... If you do, please teach me. I'm begging you. I'm at my...
I do enjoy a cup of tea.
Got it. I'll try that right now. This candy is so sweet and delicious. And it goes so well with piping hot tea. Ooh, and speaking of the tea, your brewing skills are incredible. I'd love to be able to make such nice tea, but... Oh, Professor, will you teach me how to brew tea like this? I'll do my best to learn, and then I'll make delicious tea for you as thanks. Oh, sorry. Back to my old tricks, it seems. So, why is it so difficult to not do my best?
Speaking of Goose.
Try and try to not try, but it just doesn't
So
work.
one, there's that. But I did also pull the $100 Omnimon card.
You're right. Doing nothing is just not my style. To be myself, I've got to do my best every day. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Then you will, won't you?
I've
Please.
always
You
kind
listen
of
to me
sided
and
with
help me.
Felix.
Now I feel like I can talk to
On
you about
everything.
anything. Honestly, I wish we could go on.
I honestly, yeah, Felix, I've always sympathized with.
Apologies for bothering you so late.
I think I've recruited Felix every single one of my runs because I love him. I think he's really cool.
It may seem petty to worry about such things in the middle of a war like... This isn't something... Feeling such a sense of inner turmoil while a war rages on. The truth is, I've wanted to... Not just any night, like one you might find However, my father has always had different plans for me. Defying my father feels wrong. His burden has always been far greater than while he fed me extravagant meals. He subsisted on me. He never once complained, even though he must have been starving. Knowing his sacrifices, I've never been able to tell him of my dream of becoming a knight. Now that this war has begun,
not at all. I agree with that.
My father
he wasn't
has
helpful,
allowed me
but...
to fight for my homeland. But even if I do become a knight, I feel an unease deep within me.
I love.
I fear I will never escape
looking
this guilt
at
I carry.
Sylvain and Felix, because they both very much see the bad parts behind Fuldan Society or Foldland Society, very much so. They don't deal with them in healthy ways.
I've shunned my duty as a noble.
As we've seen from it's one of those things.
To follow both my
like,
dream and even with the academy days long behind us, always listening to others' troubles.
I know Sylvain is not a good person, but he's essentially trying to cheat the system that's trying to cheat him.
Do for us, Professor.
And Felix is trying to get the world to see kind of the truth behind it. So they're not. They're bad people. They're bad people in ways, but they're not horrible people. Ingrid, for me, just sometimes feels very naive, almost. Oh, it's my birthday! It's my birthday! Oh, I forgot Ingrid and I share a birthday.
Thank you.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yes, I did get the DLC. Ooh, nice. No. Who's it? The only person I can actually do it for is Ingrid, but she doesn't qualify for any of these, which is frustrating. Because yet again, it frustrates me that like the middle one feels so awkward to have to jump through hoops for it. Yeah, 100%. That's my issue with it. I'm gonna explore the monastery because, you know, DLC supplies. Of course, I have a ton of stat booster items. I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to use them. And who I should use them on. Because that's kind of like the big question for me, is what I use all these stat boosters on, because I have a ton of them. These plants have stayed taken care of for all this time? Holy cow, that's so impressive. Of course, I should be hitting rank A soon.
Do you have time for a request?
Quite given up anyway. Now that we're reunited in the land of the living, I must fulfill my... That's right. I promised the captain...
So, I do kind of wish we got a little more of the relationship between Alanis and Byleth, because, like...
I've got a favor to ask.
Like, it does very much feel like he's essentially his big brother.
There's I hope things go back to normal. Hey, how about a favor?
Wait, I can recruit her?
There's I hope things... Hey, I know you're busy with a... Heck, I won't even charge you for my aid. What say you? It's a thank you. A merchant needs to know the... There's I hope things...
What can she teach me? Interesting. You know, Alanis Because you can very much tell they essentially tried to make him be...
There's so much more I wanted to say to him. He was always so tender with the flowers in the greenhouse.
Sad face.
I need a favor.
Hey, I could use a hand.
Professor.
Like, I don't care about her either way.
Professor.
Look, it's my favorite boy. I love Ash.
Oh, hey. Actually, I ran into that thief while I was... Maybe you don't remember. It's been quite a while. I saw him on the street with his kid. It's a really nice... Yeah, but it did seem like they were still having trouble getting by. My actions didn't really solve the problem. If I had the money or power... You know, a long time ago, Leonardo said, I think it was when I tried to look after the horses all on my... He said, you're not quite ready for this yet. I know I can't help very many people right now, but I think doing what I can for those I see in front of me, I have to believe that...
I love Ash. He's such a wholesome boy.
Thanks. That's reassuring to hear. What about you, Professor? I'd be happy to help, as long as it's not looking after horses.
You're not wrong.
I genuinely enjoy helping people. It's a great... So if there's anything I can do... You think so? So what'll it be? I'm happy to, if that's what you like.
I do agree. I kind of wish they had, depending on when you reach the rank, on whether or not it does... on what the conversation ends up being. Because, like, let's be real, that's a big thing, is so much changes for everyone post-time skip. Because, like, even when you think about, wow, why did the brain fart happen right there?
Need something? See you again soon.
When you think about the actions of Felix and Sylvain, like, their lives changed so much because of it, because essentially, like, they're acting as traitors.
Hello. I have a request concerning that. I can hardly look at the thing in the state it's in. Do something about it. Please do. We tracked the boar for 5 years. I thought he was dead. He's gotten better at killing people. And in exchange, surrendered what little humanity he had.
I love Felix so much. So actually, in the Blue Lions run I was doing for my own, I was actually planning to, date Felix, because of course I was. She doesn't love Felix. He's so adorable.
How?
Because as of right now, when somebody cashes in, we are going to be S-ranking Bernadette.
We have given proper burial to the Imperial soldiers killed in the monastery. Already, rumors spread that they were utter... So regardless of whether there are spies observing us, Your Highness... have a request.
You alright?
Oh, good. Thanks.
Let's see if we can't catch this fish. Oh, I forgot I gotta talk to the fish. Let's go. Perfect. One, two, three. One, two. Ooh.
You've done me a great service.
One, two, three. Of course I'm gonna check in on waifu.
I can't believe how long it's been since I left home. Since I was dragged out of the house, I mean. 5 whole years. It's weird to think about. No. But if you'd asked me that 5 years ago, I have friends here, and the monastery's become a sect. Back then, I never would have dreamed. It's all thanks to you. You've given me a second chance at life. If not for you, I never would have gotten you. Maybe the battlefields just dulled my sense. I'm much better with strangers and new places now, though. I don't panic. What? That sounds like a tough assignment. You're teasing me. I just don't joke around like that anymore.
I love it.
It's torture for me. Come on, Professor. Friends respect each other's...
I love
Good.
Benedetta so
I'll
much.
hold you to that. You're absolutely not allowed to send me out any. You would need to come with me. If you're. No, I thought we were finally getting close. I'll let you have this one. Now that I think about it, His Highness, maybe I was just so happy to see you again. And everyone else. Oh, really? Speaking of. Hey, Professor. Care to join me for a cup of tea? Oh, though I. Sounds fun! A little more secret spice, and... Hey! No peeking!
Everyone's already maxed. So instead, we're gonna get some training in. I'm actually going to train. Which that is. Because fails.
Okay.
The promise was made 5 years ago. But I must say, personally, I only showed up because I've been with my family in the Empire until recently. I admit to feeling a little... Now that we're all together again...
Edelgard is controlling the Empire. She's Empire and religion are at open war, but corrupt nobles are many. That means with you, Professor.
One to remember. You fought well. Pointless. One to remember. It was meant to be. All right. Now
So, 4 more?
path you walk, anything you act.
Hello there.
Could be. It was past the major, after all, but we still have.
That looks at it.
I would.
Oh, I'm about to level up. I'm going to this choir.
I'll keep my voice down. Don't want people thinking I'm. This is no good. Sing from your diaphragm. Lord.
Professor Lowe. But that is where we are going to end today, guys. So I'm already going to have to edit this into these two parts into one. But once again, guys, thank you for coming and hanging out. We are going to find somebody to raid quick. I know a couple of my friends were streaming earlier, so go check them out. Go see who's on still. I'm almost streaming. He's doing some Overwatch, so we'll go check him out, see how he's doing. But once again, guys, thank you for coming and hanging out. Tomorrow I will not be streaming as of right now, because tomorrow is D&D, which means we will be hanging out on Wiz's channel, which I will be hosting. I usually do. We'll be playing D&D for most of the night. So thank you for coming and hanging out, guys. Stay tuned. Check out Momo. And once again, guys, thank you.
Loud that he's on the fucking right!